And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Welcome to Thursday, as we're just about out of this month of April. As I mentioned a moment ago in the description, it looks like April is going to go out with one last roar. We do have some severe weather moving in tonight. On a scale of 1 to 5, this is a 1, but nevertheless, we do have a 1 coming up there, and a much bigger threat coming in over the weekend. We'll tell you about that here in just a moment as we get this day started. Again, a warm day ahead, 87. All the details in just a moment. I'm not sure if you watched it last night. Number one, I didn't watch it, and number two, I didn't pay attention to it. But headlines across America this morning as we look, Joe and the gang had their speech. They're calling him the $6 trillion man this morning. Those are the headlines across America. As you look at this, as he unveiled his program, all the headlines from Fox News to Daily Mail, that's where it's at, $1.8 trillion proposed. We'll see where that goes. We've got details on that and a whole lot more coming up this morning at 8:30 as Candace will join me as we'll dig into everything is said about last night and all the stories that are hitting the news this morning across America. So there we go. How are you today? I hope good. Good morning goes out to Phil Garrison. Glad to have you along. Dean Baskin, Sandy White. How in the world are you this morning? Hope you're doing well. Reggie McKee, also Bree Parker. Good morning. Friday Eve. Thank goodness it is. I think a lot of people are ready for this weekend. As we get into Miss Linda Accord. Good morning to you. Miss Sylvia Stewart, also stirring a little bit today. All right, let's turn our thoughts to weather. And let me see here. I think I need to hit a button. I don't think I got everything set up like I needed to. I didn't. Let me hit a button here so it'll show for everybody. Sometimes I remember to do things, sometimes I don't. That one I overlooked this morning. All right, let's first go to radar this morning and take a look at where the rain is, and then we'll get into what the National Weather Service has to tell us.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Always a big thank you to EMEPA. As I said, let's go to the radar now as we look at this. Here we are. As we're sitting here, we have no rain here. The threat comes late this afternoon into the evening hours. And again, out of a scale of 1 to 5, it's going to be a 1 on the severity in our area. And we'll show you where it, just north of us, it'll be a little bit different. As we dig into this is going to stretch from out here at Denton, Texas, which is just north of Fort Worth, across to Dallas, up through these areas of Little Rock, into Memphis this morning. Jackson, Tennessee area getting a lot of rain right now. A big one rolled through there a minute ago and headed toward Clarksville area there. Now, as you see here, Memphis, northwest Mississippi, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, these areas have got rain coming into them in just a little bit. All clear on our side here in East Mississippi, but let's go ahead and pull up our severe weather of what is expected today. All right, now here's where it goes from. This is going to stretch from Mississippi all the way up to New York as to what's coming tonight. Let's zoom in on this and see here. Now, this is Meridian right here, Clark County and Jasper County, Wayne County, down to these areas here are all 1s. After you go north of Winston County and get near Starkville, Mississippi State, Columbus, it changes to a 2, and that will carry the eastern side of Mississippi all the way north of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, through Huntsville, Chattanooga, Murfreesboro. I know a lot of you watch from this area right up in here. That's going to be a pretty big rain event for y'all as well. Jackson, Tennessee, Knoxville, y'all are going to get some of this. This is what we've got today. All the way up to New York. That's not less on the map. It looks closer than it actually is. Let's look at tomorrow. See what it brings for us. Light stuff for tomorrow as we look at this. And we do have rain chances in the forecast. We'll get into that. Covering from El Paso all the way to Jacksonville. That's a long area there to just north up above Mississippi State. As we look at day 3, let's go ahead and pull this up. Now, this is not going to show Sunday, the biggest threat that we have coming. Day 3 of this, which will be Saturday out here, will be from Shreveport to Victoria, Texas, in these areas. Light rain on the west side of the state. So that's what we've got showing up as far as what it's going to show us on severe weather for the next couple of days there. Move this over. All right, let's get into what the National Weather Service has to tell us and how that's coming about. Let me pull that up. And here we go. Let me back up here to where we start here so we can see. As we look at today, let's go back and look at our highs and lows. 1970, it was a high of 91. Boy, that's been a while ago, about 51 years ago. Record low was set in 1992. It was 39 degrees on this date back in 92. I was married 2 years then. Let's see, mostly cloudy sky today is what we're looking at. For the most part, 87. It's going to be warm as we roll through today. If we look at this now, rain will occur during the daytime north of us in these areas here. Mostly cloudy for us until the sun comes down. Let's step across that state line as we look over here to Alabama, York. Y'all are looking good. Livingston, still about 87 degrees as we look at these areas during the daytime. Now, as nighttime starts to come in, and we're talking 5:30, 6 o'clock this afternoon, let's look at what becomes. This is our marginal area here. This is the number 1 out of a 5. Now, they put this at a 1. This will be closer to the afternoon hours, but they always put it a few hours early just to let you know there. For the most part, it'll be late, 5:30, 6:30 before it starts moving in. It is Mother Nature. It could fool us all. As we jump across the state line to the Bama, they put that line in the northern part from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m., and then this area right through here, taking in Tuscaloosa 9 p.m. To midnight. That's what they're looking at there. It'll roll through our area and then right through here, beginning at about 9 p.m. So it's going to be later than expected. It won't be a 2:30 afternoon event. It'll be after the sun goes down. Now, our biggest event that we've got, and we're a few days out from this, and they're already throwing that out there, so expect it to be worse. They've got this as a 2 coming up for Sunday. This is going into Sunday night is what we're looking at. And this is already listed as a 2, the entire state here. So we got some severe weather headed our way. Tornadoes are going to be possible with this event that rolls in on Sunday night. So heads up as we get ready for this weekend. We'll watch that one very closely. I expect tonight to have a few thunderstorms here, there, and yonder, and some downpours. I don't expect anything to be majorly severe. We'll watch this event, though, that is coming. It could be a different ball game. We're a few days out and could worsen before it gets here. As we look at temperatures, let's look at what we've got forecasted over the next little bit here. Still showing warm, above average temperatures. Now down on the coast, it's really above it. We're here in the 40 to 50% above here in the Meridian area, down to about Hattiesburg there. So warm weather is expected there. Now as we break the forecast down and look at what we're expecting today, a cloudy sky. Our high will reach about 87. Burning not suggested today because we've got a 20-mile-an-hour gust that's going to be out there. A great day for putting your clothes out on the clothesline. Who still has those? A few people? If you've got one, today would be the day to do that. It'll dry out your clothes pretty quick. As we move into the nighttime hours, after it becomes dark, we go to a 50% chance of thunderstorms. Mainly the more severe stuff they're putting at around 1 a.m. as it makes its way across there. Mostly cloudy, 66 for a low. As we wake up tomorrow, we'll still have a 40% chance of showers, 76 for a high. So we're looking at 10 to 11 degrees difference in between today and tomorrow. But again, the rain is causing the temperature to drop a little bit there. As we move into Friday night, the rain moves out. We'll get a low around 55. Nice weather for that. As we get into Saturday, if you got something to do this weekend, Saturday is your day. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Sunshine in 82. Pretty much do anything that you're wanting to do. As we get into Sunday, a 50% chance of showers. It's going to be a high of 82 with gust of about 25 miles an hour as we make way for that severe weather to move in that during the nighttime hours on Sunday. So there you go. Now, let's pull up what our extended forecast has for us here over the next 7 days. Again, we're looking at 86 here, 87 today. As we get into tomorrow, 75, we drop that 10 degrees or so. Then we're back into the 80s once again. And look here, as we get to Tuesday, 86 again. We get warm, strong there. Possibility of some showers and thunderstorms also there on Monday afternoon. This rolls in from Sunday night into this. We'll watch that very closely. We've got rain listed for the next 3 days next weekend. So if you've got grass to cut, make sure you get that done this weekend before all this rolls in and you're not able to get out there and do that. Now let's go on into May. Let's go all the way to mid-May and see what the temperatures are doing for us. As we look at this, on the 6th, we've got 79, and then we're back into those 80s and holding steady in the mid-80s all the way up to the 13th. 86, 87, see those? Nighttime's lows roughly into the 60s as we get mid-month. And with that, we'll bring what we got, graduations coming up. A lot of kids are going to be hitting that. It's hard to believe that we're going into month 5 of 2021. This year has flown. So that's sort of where we are on what we're looking at today. A few more good mornings there. Good morning to Charlene Gaddy. Glad you're up there. Starla McNair, how are you today? Good morning. Janice Bounds is up also. Joe Collins, good morning. Sylvia Stewart, good morning to you as well. We do have a beautiful day lined up for us. Now, as I said, it'll make a little bit of a change as we go into those nighttime hours there with the rain coming in. And with that, as I mentioned, getting your grass done, our friends at Freeman Tractor would love to see you there. Exmark and Skaggs, the number 1 and number 2 brands when it comes to lawnmowers. They're great. They're fast. They cut your grass time in half. If you're using the old traditional lawnmowers with the steering wheel, it's different with a zero turn, and this is where you begin there. That basic model starting out with the Exmark is $29.99. Now, you've got them anywhere from 48 inch up to 60 inches of a cut. Takes less swipes as you do that. As we move into that number 1 brand, which is the Skag, a great mower there for you. You can get into one of those starting at $46.99. They've got them all the way up here. The Cheetahs, boy, those are real nice. You'll like those. See them. They've got a complete line of them there at Freeman Tractor, a short drive out on Highway 494. And they've got one of these in. They just got one of the hard-to-find cab air-conditioned tractors in. See them sitting there today. A lot of people are interested in those, along with any other size that you may be doing. Attachments, this is galvanized, and this is a bush hog for the front of your tractor. And as you get into the bush hogs and bat wings, that galvanized to keep things from rusting is great. Have it for years. My bush hog has rotted before. Y'all know how that is with that rust. You leave hay on it, what happens? Yeah. Any attachment that you may be looking for, from forks all the way up to blades. And, of course, the Benchy, one of the most popular things, these are made in Texas. If you haven't seen one of these, they're selling like hotcakes, too. You can order them with cab, air conditioning, any size from 550s. Those 750s are real popular, even the racing style. They've got these with radios and all kinds of things that you can't even imagine these days put on these UTVs. If you need lawnmower blades, Freeman Tractor, they've got that for you, a great service department to back all of that up. Now, again, I want you to join me coming up at 8:30 as Candace comes in, and we'll discuss today's news, what's going on, let you know what's happening there. And as always, we'll keep you up to date with the latest with street-by-street coverage as we get a slight, and I say slight, chance of this stuff coming in tonight. Good morning to Danny Simon. Thank you. Dwayne Bounds, you're in there. Let's see. Lorraine Coleman is up this morning. Also, Tommy Ainsworth, Terry Carter, Charlene. Appreciate y'all joining us this morning. As I said, Candace will be here, and what is it? We're sitting at about 6:45, somewhere around in there. So we've got about an hour, a little over an hour and a half before she gets here. We'll get it going here this morning for you. Be careful as you head out and go to work this morning. Drive careful again. You don't need a jacket today. We're sitting at 70, 87 for a high. That's what our weather is going to do. More details on all of this on the way. And again, thank you for dropping by and spending a few moments with me. I do appreciate that. We'll see you here in just a little bit at Scotty Ray's Weather.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by